Fortnite at the moment has Attack on Titan's ODM gear and Spider-Man's web shooters in the game. That's pretty insane, right? Like, this game will go from a lock-on pistol that makes it impossible to escape, to a remote-controlled eagle, to lightsabers with a goddamn force. And now, we're on the return of one of the best mobility items and the ODM gear. I guess Thunder Spears are here too. So before the season ends and these items potentially leave, I wanted to compare these two. They're both some of my favorite mythics ever, and they're a lot more similar than you would think. Now, this was originally going to be a short, but as I was writing it, I realized I had way too much to say, and I couldn't contain it all into one 60-second video. So that's how we got here. We'll be ranking them both on accuracy, which basically means which is easier to control while swinging, the faithfulness of each item, comparing which one stuck to the source material better, range, how far and long they can last you, escaping, comparing which is better to help you escape messy situations, and finally, fun. Which one is more fun to play with? This category will be entirely subjective, as will all of this list. Don't be offended if I don't give 1 point to your favorite mythic. With that, let's get started with range. This one is probably the easiest to determine. ODM gear lasts like 5 swings and like 2 attacks if you're at 100% capacity. While I don't think it should be unlimited because that'd be far too overpowered, I don't think it should run out this quickly. If you spot an opponent decently far away, you'll probably have just enough gas to reach them. I've had times when I'm only 1 strike away from finishing my opponent, and just as I'm about to land my attack, my ODM gear drops to 0% and I fall to the ground and get killed. Plus, you can't really just swing around and assess the situation without draining your gear. I know that's not really a thing in the show, but if you just rush into the middle of a battle, it's kind of hard to tell where and who to attack. The aim thing helps, but I'd love to be able to assess a situation before I attack without having to wait 20 seconds for them to recharge. Web shooters pretty much clear this category. Once you start swinging, you don't have to stop unless you get shot down or land. In the very rare scenario you run out mid-swing, you still keep your momentum up till you let go of your last web. And I mean it when I say it's very rare to run out. In most games where I start off with web shooters, I only have to replace them like once. Plus, I feel like with just 80 swings, you can swing across the entire map without running out. This is an easy point to the web shooters. So this one might be a bit difficult to understand, but what I mean by this is which one is easier to swing with. Like, if you're swinging across the map, which one will be easier to control and hit your targets with? This one seems a bit hard to determine at first, but after getting used to both of them, I think it's ODM gear. The web shooters can give you some amazing speed if you're in an area with a bunch of places high up to swing off of. Chapter 3's whole gimmick was the web shooters, so his map was partially made for that, which meant it was easier to pick up a lot of speed and momentum. Plus, you had multiple different things to swing off of, which meant you could easily change your path if needed. It's not as easy to do that with this map. The only places I really feel that with this map is in places like Mega, which obviously isn't the entire map. You'll need at least 2 swings to build up enough momentum to quickly swing away, and that's if you don't get shot down or hit something. ODM gear is different. When you swing, you immediately get that boost that gives you that instant speed and momentum. ODM gear takes this category. So imagine you're in a tough battle, you're low on health and shields, and your teammates are down. You need to escape and find a chance to heal. Which one is going to help you escape quicker, the web shooters or ODM gear? There's not really that much explained to this one since I've already explained the speed of both items in the last category, which means ODM gear takes this category, right? Well, no. I'm going to give this one to the web shooters. With web shooters, I can stay relatively close by in case I need to give my teammates reboot cards. Plus, it's easier to scale buildings with the web shooters, which means I can be out of range yet close enough to my enemies in case I have the chance to take them out. Web shooters are going to take this category. Both of these mythics are some of the most faithful game collab items. You genuinely feel like you're playing a standalone game from each series when you pick one up. Web shooters have custom animations and poses for everything you do, whether if it's for being attached to a car as it's moving, hitting a iconic pose, web zipping, animations in between swings, sliding on the ground, and even different ways to hold the web depending on how long you've held onto the web are all unique, and that's insane attention to detail. These aren't just random animations too, it's poses we all see Spider-Man do himself. A lot of this is also true for ODM gear. The way their bodies fling back or their spins in between each swing is something that happens a lot in AOT. Even the way their bodies twist back and they hold their swords behind them as they go in for the attack is something that is very vital for them to do in the show. It's really hard to say which one is more faithful since they both basically adapt the items one to one, but I'm going to give this one to ODM gear. I really do love the web shooters and how faithful they are, but this game isn't the only way to experience some great Spider-Man web slinging in video games. Obviously, the PS4 game is there to help give a fully fleshed out Spider-Man web slinging. Attack on Titan doesn't really have that. We have some great fan games, but if you want an official game, you have to play the Kobe Tecmo ones, and it's not so great there. The fact that the Fortnite team made ODM gear this accurate and fun is amazing. ODM gear just barely takes the cake on this one. This one is entirely subjective, but I need to do a tiebreaker. So which one is more fun and entertaining to play with for me? The ODM gear. Nothing is more badass than swinging towards someone as you dodge their shots and slice them up, especially if it's the final kill. Web shooters are fun, and I'm never going to complain about them being in the game, but AOT is quite literally one of my favorite shows ever. And to see it so accurately adapted and fun to use, it means it's going to win. So with that, ODM gear wins. Remember that this is all my opinions and I watch anime, so my opinions are pretty invalid anyways. Longer videos are only coming when I feel like it. But other than that, okay, bye.